Hey everybody, Mickey Gamonal here. I got another question from a student, Demetrius David. Thank you so much for this question. I love fraction questions, and this one is great. Fractions are so awesome because students are intimidated by them. They look funny, right? But they're really super helpful, and if you can get some fractions down, especially some basic fractions down, if you know your fourths, your halves, your fifths, if you know those fractions like by heart, you can go kill math all day long, and people will think you're like some sort of a math genius. But all it takes is just a little bit of practice and a little bit of familiarity. So this is a really basic question. Which is the largest? You'll probably come across this. Oftentimes they'll put some decimals and some percentages in there as well. But in this case, it's all fractions. So this is where the student kind of breaks down. Oh shoot, it's all fractions. I don't know which one is the biggest. So what you gotta do when you see a question that intimidates you, that scares you, you take a deep breath and you start writing, all right? You need to write something on your paper, because if you write it on your scratch paper, there will be hints to the answer there. So 2/5 is, if you know what a fraction is, you know the bottom, the denominator, is how many slices there are, all right? That's how many times you sliced the whole, all right? So we'll use circles, all right? So fifths are one, we'll go. So all fractions are exactly even. This one is not going to be. All right, that's 5 pieces of the pie. So that means eighths is going to be 8 pieces of the pie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now, I won't mess with the tenths and the sixteenths just yet, because we can actually do some process of elimination here. So 2/5, well, we know that 2 out of them are shaded. So that's less than half of a whole. So that guy might be out. 3/8, 1, 2, 3 of them out of 8. That's even smaller, right? So both of these guys, well, we know so far at least this guy's out. Now, 7/10 is 70%, right? So 7 out of 10 means I draw a circle, I cut it into 10 pieces, and 7 of them are filled in. It's gonna look kind of something like that. All right, but this isn't cut into tenths. This is just cut into 2, because this is a 7 size piece, and this is the remaining 3. So 7/10, well, that's over 1/2. So we know that this guy's in and this guy's out. 13/16. So 13/16, if I drew 16 slices and shaded in 13, we know that this guy's over 1/2. So if you've done all that in your head straight away, now you have a 50-50 shot, right? And that's way better than guessing out of 4. And it's definitely better than being like, oh my God, I just have to guess. I hope the next question's easier, and then it's hard, right? If you actually have some clue on a question that you thought was hard, it's gonna build your confidence throughout the rest of the test. So that's what we wanna do. We want to get our best guess. So it's one of these two. Now that we're here, what we gotta think about is a little bit more advanced. So as the denominator grows, the slice of the pie is going to shrink, right? These fifths are bigger slices of pie than these eighths. They're just little, right? So these 16ths are going to be pretty good sized slices of pie. Or I'm sorry, pretty small. They're going to be the smallest slices of pie out of the whole thing. So if 13 of them are filled in, I mean, you could try to draw it. It's going to be a little tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then, so 13 out of 16 means just 3 are left open. We'll leave those 3. And this one had 3 are left open, but the 3 that are left open are big slices. These 3 that are left open are small slices. So this has the most shade. All right? I hope that makes sense. It might be a little complicated to understand, but try to imagine the pie being cut into 16 itty bitty pieces and 13 of them being filled in or 10 okay sized pieces and 7 of them being filled in. Which one is bigger? Now, just because I say itty bitty, that doesn't mean the number's smaller. It means the slice is smaller, but maybe overall the number's bigger. Another thing you can do here is you can actually do the division, right? This fraction bar, you see it all over the place. You see it in the division symbol, and you also see it in the percentage symbol. All it means is division. So what you can actually do is you can divide. Top dog gets the house, is what I say. So the top dog here is going to be 7. We slap him in the house, we put the 10 outside and divide. Same thing here, 16, 13. This is going to give us the decimal if we really want to go through and solve all that. So it's going to be 0 point. How many times does 10 fit into 70? Exactly 7 times. And that cancels, right? How many times does 16 fit into 130? Now, that's a little bit tougher, right? But we know it's going to be 9, what's 9 times? 8, 80, plus 40. 8 is too big, so 7. 7 times 6 is going to be 42. 7 times 1, 7, 11. Uh-oh, I think it fits more than that. 8. Yep, it fits one more. Because that has a remainder of 18, which is bigger than 16. So we know it has to fit one more time. And this is an important part of math. Like, you make mistakes. You want to make mistakes. The most important thing is you learn from them, right? So I tried 7, that didn't work. Now I try 8. 8 times 6 is going to be 48. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 12. Subtract it from 130. Again, same thing. 2, it becomes 0.2. So 0.8 or 0.2, which one's bigger? This is 80% and change because we got to put 16 into 20 next. So this is actually over 80%, this is over 70%. So we've proven now that that is bigger. If you can't do it in your head, you can always do the division. All right, guys? So, but you don't want to do the division for all 4 of these. That's going to be a nightmare. 8, how many times does 8 fit into 3? How many times does 5 fit into 2? It's too much work, right? Try to limit your options and be smart about the way you're doing it. Again, if you already know how fractions work, this question can be a breeze. And it can be the kind of breeze that like pushes you to an even higher score in your next questions. And that's what we do in my pro program, is we try to develop those fraction foundations. So anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like. If you have any questions, hit me up on Messenger. You can drop a comment. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. All right? Best of luck with your ASVAB studies. Everybody, I hope you guys have a great week.